Cup of Joe with Grampa Dez. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
What's going on, Paul? How you feeling, sir?
I'm doing great. So happy to see you again, man. You're all in your getup that you use for your own show, eh? Causion
Yeah,
Creations.
you
Yeah.
know it. You know it.
Yeah.
I'm in recording mode. I said, of course, you're a good guy. I will come on. I've been recording since about 6 p.m. this evening.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. But I'm here and ready to go. How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time for me. So this is I think the last time. Well, I think we were on a video call. I don't know if it was a Dave Meltzer chat or was it the no, it was the John Arezzi, right? Were
John
you
is
on
it?
that one?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the last time I've seen you. The last time I saw you face to face would have probably been Vegas, maybe
Vegas.
2017.
Yeah, I believe that was the last
I
time.
think you had a crew there with you, and you're rolling with your crew, and you kind of popped in a few times to say
Yeah,
hi,
man.
but you were mainly there with your boys.
Yeah, you know that when I go to Vegas a lot, like you go to
Yeah.
Vegas, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And when they with me, it's very rare. So they want to, where are we going? Where the show is at? You know what I mean?
I
And,
hear
and
you.
everybody not into wrestling, everybody not into
Yeah.
MMA. So I try to be one for the masses.
I have a group. Well, I have a girl, my best friend, Tammy. She comes probably once a year with me. Well, not with me, but at the same time as me. So we always connect. And then there's been a few times when we've had bigger groups with us, like 3 or 4 people. And so, yeah, I felt what you were feeling that time. It was like trying to spend time with 2 different groups of friends, and you really can't please everybody. But so you got to stick with your boys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I get it. I get it.
I've
Now,
been in the wrestling my whole life, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But a lot of people don't know all of that part. They know the
Yep.
MMA part, they know the football, they know the basketball.
Yeah.
So it's like when you try to combine it all, sometimes it's not easy.
And the TV, and we're going to talk
Oh,
about the TV
good
because I want
grief.
to pick your brain about TV. But I got to ask you one thing though. You mentioned a couple times. I saw it on a few different places that you could have won a lot of money if Green Bay had have held on. So what happened? Do you want to share it?
Right. So here in Maryland, I live in Baltimore, so
Yeah.
I'm a big Baltimore guy. So I've been traveling to New Jersey, Delaware every week to go gamble for as
Yeah.
long as it's been legal there. But
Yeah.
finally, here recently, a few months ago, not even that really, we finally got legalized sports betting here. So it's been like a godsend for me, the ultimate sports guy. Finally been able to place some wagers. So I've been doing pretty well. I'll put it
Yeah.
that way. And last weekend, I said, you know what? I got a nice little parlay I'm gonna put together. So I had a parlay on Friday, which consisted of my NBA picks. I
Yeah.
hit that. I hit pretty good. One of the big ones failed me because Golden State only won by 2 points, whatever. But Saturday, I said, "It's no way." I had 4 game parlay falls with the football, but then I combined it with basketball picks. I hit every basketball pick. I hit 3 out of the 4 NFL games because I had different
Yeah.
combinations on 3 different tickets. The only constant I took on every ticket
Oh
was
no.
the Green Bay Packers because
They
I said
Lambo, like and was it the points or straight money line?
points.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it didn't matter, but
It didn't matter.
yeah. What was the points? 3?
I think it was like 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I
So
did take the money line on one. Either
okay.
way, the only
So
bet that could mess me up was if the 49ers won.
so
And
you said that I think I remember seeing it somewhere that the total on all your tickets was about 8 grand.
8 grand,
All right. And what'd you lay out for that? A couple hundred?
couple hundred. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So that's not too bad.
No. If I was
Yeah.
me losing, trust me,
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah. No, I get it. No,
But
it's like you've probably heard the story that I've told before about the one nice MMA parlay I hit in Vegas where I lost the ticket.
mm-hmm.
And so everyone always like, oh man, that's like whatever. It's like for me, it's like I lost $50.
Yeah.
I got a great story to tell, you know, but I mean, I don't really think about the money that I lost just because it's, you know, whatever, you know, I
If
would
you
have blown
gamble,
it. Yeah.
exactly, you would
Yeah.
have blown it. You got to
Not
look at
even
it like that.
gambling. I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, so the year, I'm pretty sure it was the year that I saw you, that you're with your crew, that I hit two like little jackpots on the tables, like within an hour of being there. So
Wow.
I was up $2,500.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, and so I went out, and we all went to the bowling. I can't remember
remember
where
that.
it is. Oh yeah, the Rock and Bowl. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I paid for everybody's food because I was up.
You were
And
feeling
then
it.
yeah. And then I went out and I did what you do in Vegas. And long story short, I came to at 10 in the morning with $15 in my pocket. So I mean, that's
You
Vegas.
enjoyed your night, man. You
Oh
enjoyed your
yeah.
night.
Oh
That's
yeah.
how you gotta
Yeah.
look at it. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've been on many a trip where it paid for itself, but at the end of the day, you had a great time and you ain't paid. You know,
I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, I'd love to have the $2,500, but I wouldn't have the memories.
But I remember one night I went to a wedding. After the wedding, me and my cousin were talking. We were like, man, let's go up Atlantic City. I was like, it's like 10:30 at night. I'm like, okay. We hopped in the car, drove to Atlantic City, went to the table. That's back when I played strictly roulette.
Yeah.
I think I might have put $200 down on like 36 or something like that. You know that payout. One hit, took the money.
It's $3,000, right?
Yep. Went to the window, collected the money, got in the car, and drove right back to Baltimore. We was in Atlantic City for exactly 15 to 20 minutes. It just wasn't worth it.
The very first time, we had a casino in Winnipeg, and it's called Club Regent, still around. The first weekend they opened, I went and I was playing slots. The jacks are better.
Okay.
And I hit the royal flush. So, you know, you're betting 5 quarters and you're using quarters at the time. This is how long ago it was. I'm putting quarters in the machine. And it was $1,248. So I was like, well, I mean, I'm not going to do any better than this. And I cashed out, and I didn't go back to that casino for like 2 years. Because it's like, I mean, all I'm going to do is, my old man, I mean, he would go to the bar and he'd play, you know, those VLTs, you know, every night. And he said, I probably won more like jackpots than any person in this province. And I'm probably down more than any person in this province. Because, I mean, the longer you play, the more you lose. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So, okay. So here we go. Your TV stuff. I got to tell you, I don't watch your show. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I don't want to watch you and I don't want to hear what you have to say about TV. It's because I don't want to get it spoiled.
Yeah, I knew it.
Because I watch all the stuff that you're talking about, and it's all stuff I'm interested in. But I wanted to pick your brain on some of this stuff because, I mean, there's literally, I guess there's probably 3 shows that I'm up to date on right now, that are current network shows. And at least one of them I know you watch, but I don't know about the other 2. This Is Us. You watch that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do.
so does this season suck so far or what?
I was not a fan of Did you watch last night's episode?
Oh yeah.
Or Tuesday night's episode?
Yeah.
I was not a fan. It didn't even make my top. I do a top 10 for the weekend.
Oh, okay.
It didn't even make my top 10. Probably the first time in a while. Like, I didn't mind. Last week was pretty entertaining.
Remind me of what was last week, because I definitely watched it. But
okay, so last week was when Randall confronted he found out he was teaching his daughter how to drive, and the phone message came through, and he found out that she went on a trip to Boston.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that was good.
That was great, man. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh
creative.
Man, I felt that as a father with teenage daughters.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this week, I mean, the one line that hit me was when he said, "I don't have a mom anymore." Like I didn't lose it, like you know, like you do sometimes on This Is Us, but I felt it because I said that exact same line. In fact, what I said was, because my dad died first, and then 2 years later my mom died, and I said, I don't have any parents anymore. And like that, you know, so that hit, it hit home. But
Mhm.
I don't know if it was his delivery or if it was just that I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't believing him. I don't know what it was, but it
Mhm.
just didn't hit me in the feels the
Yeah.
way that the line I think was supposed to. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, I don't know, like they've got what, like 10
Not as
episodes
many episodes.
left.
Yeah. It feel
And
like it's dragging a little bit, doesn't it?
yeah, like what? Yeah, let's get moving. I heard that they were going to be delving into the love story with Rebecca and Miguel on this season, and I mean, they don't have much time, and go into their backstory because we've never really seen it.
We never saw the backstory. We saw snippets a few seasons ago, but I
Yeah,
thought a couple episodes ago when they went on a trip with Mickey and
yeah,
with Nikki out to the
I
see
like
his
that
long
one.
lost. I saw that, and I thought they kind of hinted at how he said he was going to be with her to the end,
Yes,
and I think they're going to delve into it more as her illness
memory.
starts to
Yeah,
progress, and maybe some of her thoughts want to come back to her, and maybe that'll go back to the flashbacks and connect some things. But yeah, I don't know. I always felt kind of sticky about that because they want you to be so endeared to Jack, and
right.
you know what I mean, and have such
It's
a fond
tough.
memory of him. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough.
And those kids, I mean, they've really had Miguel as their father figure for
Longer.
longer than they had Jack. Yeah, so you don't
Yep,
really think about that.
yep, yep.
But I mean, he's constantly living in Jack's shadow. So yeah,
And a
it's really
solid guy
interesting.
overall. It's not like he's done anything
No,
bad, but
no,
that's still come on, that's taboo now.
he's like Uncle Miggy, probably.
That's your father's best friend, and
Yeah.
now he's with your mother. It's hard to get over. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
know it happens. It's probably people watching this right now who've experienced that, but I couldn't imagine
No.
getting with any of my friends. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
Well, I mean, I grew up with a split family, and I remember it clear as day, and I'll never forget it. I'm 10 years old, and my dad, my birth dad, I was living in Victoria with my mom and my stepdad, and he flew me out to Winnipeg to visit him,
Okay.
and I'm here, and I'm missing home, and I wanted to see my family who was in Winnipeg, and like my relatives, my extended family, and he wouldn't let me. He said, "I paid for you to come here. You're going to see my family, not your mom's family." And
Wow.
so I was like, "I want to go home." And then I called my mom. And then he got mad at me. And then I guess my stepdad picked up the phone and talked to my dad, and he's like, send him home. And he wants to go home. You can't keep him there or whatever. And then I heard them argue, and he says, my dad says, "First you stole my wife, now you want to steal my kid." And my stepmom is listening to this and hears that, like, because he got remarried,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and I mean, and so I think she resented me for a
Mhm.
while over that. Like,
Over that
maybe in
comment.
my head she did.
Of
She
course.
probably didn't, but in my head I'm like, she heard that. Like, how can she be okay with that? And yeah, it was pretty nasty. But I mean, we got over it. But
Good.
yeah. But I mean, that's where that show. I mean, I think it hits everybody. Everyone can relate to something on that show. So
That's why
that's
it's so unique about the show
yeah,
because they take so many different angles and they have so many different unique storylines with the
yeah,
characters where you do cross somebody's life at some point.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Even if it's not you directly, it's someone you know. So I
yes,
mean, again, I think it's been a little slow. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, but
Hopefully it picks up.
hopefully it picks up.
Do you watch A Million Little Things?
I've never watched it. I've
Okay.
never watched it.
So I think that show was trying to be This Is Us,
Okay.
and it doesn't quite hit it, but it's pretty good. So I mean, you may want to wait till it's over and then binge it. Like, it's pretty good. It's a lot of twists and turns and stuff you don't see coming, and some of the stuff's a little implausible, but This Is Us is kind of like that too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the other, and I'm not up to date on that one either. We're probably about a season and a half behind, but we're kind of trying to catch up. The other two that I watched that I'm fully caught up on are the two 911 shows. Do you watch those?
Okay. I do watch 911 with
Okay.
Angela Bassett. I don't
Yeah.
watch the other one though, but
Just
I do
the
watch.
so you just watched the original?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So that one's on hiatus right now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you think of that one?
I liked it. I did, you know, earlier on when they started mixing up the characters.
Yeah.
Any show like that until it
Yeah,
finds its
yeah.
footing. You gotta. I'm very. I watch everything. Don't get me wrong, but I got a quick trigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you can't hold me, I'm out. because I watch so many different things.
Right, you have to. I
Yeah.
mean, I have a policy for me, like, if it's a new show, I'm gonna watch it if I'm familiar with at least half of the main cast.
Hmm.
So, if it's all new, I'm
Hmm.
not gonna watch unless
Really?
it's got positive buzz.
Okay.
So, when they talk about star power, I think it's a real thing,
Hmm.
and then, and then you get characters and actors that spin off. So, I mean, like, I watched NCIS for years, and then Michael Weatherly leaves, and then he starts
Hmm.
Bull, and then now I'm going to watch Bull because I'm a fan of Michael Weatherly.
Okay.
So stuff like that,
Hmm.
you'll get into. And I'm like you watch a lot of network shows, and
I watch a
usually,
lot.
yeah, and usually with people that watch a lot of TV, it's not the network stuff. They're watching the HBOs, they're watching the Shameless, the Successions, and probably you watch those too. Yeah, yeah, me too.
And see, that's the thing with me, and I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Al Norton, who's in our
Yeah,
Fight
yeah,
Game Media
yep,
group. I invited him to the Fight Game because I followed him from 411 Mania,
yep.
and he would write the weekly Two TiVos to Paradise article, and for years I would like follow his stuff and all the shows he was reviewing. I was watching. I'm like,
Oh,
man,
cool.
and he had, and I know Al probably gonna. I'm gonna tell Al, take a look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
He had such a great influence on me that I was in school for broadcast journalism and stuff like that. And I know Al, was writing his articles, and I would respond all the time. And then he took it to Facebook. But I saw the variety of shows that he watched, and I'm like, dang, I watched a variety of shows like that too. Because I like reality, I like
Yeah.
drama, I like comedy, I love sitcom, I love stuff off the beaten path. I like streaming. But
Yeah.
I worked overnight for years. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
when you work overnight, you find different things that
Yeah.
occupy your time. And that's how I got into all these different shows. I just
Of course.
always
Yeah.
found stuff to watch. So yeah, man, I
You
watch it
got
all.
what do you got, like, how are you watching it? Like a Sling or what?
Well, back now I have everything. I have
Oh, okay. Yeah.
every streaming service you can think of. I
Yeah, so
got it
you can just take it with you. Yeah.
anywhere.
The one thing I don't really get into is reality. I
So,
mean, I was watching the singing shows for a long
mhm,
time, and I kind of gave up on those a few years ago. The Voice and American Idol. I
mhm,
haven't watched The Voice. See, we got rid of cable in 2018,
mhm,
and then we just got it back last year. So, I think it was sometime after 2018 is when I gave up because it was too hard to find on streaming. They don't that stuff is not as available on demand as a lot of other stuff. So, and American Idol, I just kind of lost interest in. It's just not the same. They kept changing the rules, and and then the other stuff like Survivor. My wife likes
mhm.
Survivor. She watches that. She watches Big Brother.
Whew,
I might watch Big Brother this
this
coming.
season.
Yeah, with Misha Tate. Like, I'm a big Misha Tate fan, and I mean that's why they bring them in, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm an old school reality
yeah, yeah,
TV
yeah.
guy. Early '90s, Real World, that
Oh
type of deal.
yeah.
Like me and Garrett, we talk about
Yep,
reality
yep.
TV all the time.
You guys did a podcast on the Real World, didn't you?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah,
A couple, yeah.
yeah. I
Mhm.
never see. We never got that. Even Ultimate Fighter, I didn't get
Wow.
until season 6, I think. And then I
Hmm.
started watching. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I like Tough Enough.
Hmm.
So I probably would have liked all those Big Brothers and Real World and all that. I don't know, it's
Just
kind of
they
off my
weren't
radar. Yeah.
available. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
no,
it.
it wasn't even that it was unavailable. It was there. I just, the Osbournes and
Hmm.
Hogan Knows Best and all that. It just, like, to me, it was like they all seemed like the same show with different people. And so I watched the Bellas, Total Divas, Ms. and Mrs. I've watched a couple seasons,
I've seen a couple episodes of that, but
yeah.
I've been, like I say,
Yeah.
back then I was more into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'm more like,
They're so derivative.
yeah.
Like they're just all the same thing. So the other one I wanted to talk to you about because I know you're a big fan, and I'm way behind on this one. But The Good Doctor, you
Ooh,
love that show, right?
look, man,
Yeah, Freddie Highmore.
Freddie Highmore
Yeah,
is the best actor in TV. I don't
yeah.
care what nobody say.
I've seen
Uh,
you say that. Yeah,
I
over and over
watch
again.
everything. I
Yeah,
watch everything. So this is my opinion, but I think I have an educated.
yeah.
I
I
think I
I
think I
respect
watch
your
enough.
opinion more than anybody.
Look, to play a character where you have to take yourself out of your normal. Again, it's plenty of shows where you see a guy playing the same type of character, whatever role he's in. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
great at being yourself in these different roles. That to me is a style of acting. I'm not discrediting it, but when you can play a character where you have to come outside of yourself and engulf yourself into becoming that character, you really believe that Freddie Highmore has autism when you watch
Oh,
him play the character.
I have a kid with autism, and I question it. Like that. I think he does.
And if you looked at Bates Motel, which was his previous show from that, like to see its similarities, don't get me wrong, but how he captured that performance and that role, and then this role here, which is completely separate, but he took elements of that and add, oh my goodness. And if you know how he is in real life, you're like, well, that's the same guy. Like,
well, that's what I was wondering. Like, because when I'm trying to figure out exactly where I am in Good Doctor. I think I think the last season the last episode I watched was where he finally kissed Leah.
Oh,
now
wow.
I'm like, I think I'm like, was that the end of season 2?
Yeah,
maybe
you kind of far behind.
Yeah, but I will catch up. Like it's on the thing. Yeah.
Please.
But I just started watching Bates Motel, like in the last like 6 months.
Okay.
So I'm about I think I'm in the 4th season now.
Okay.
How you like 5? It? I love it. And the thing is, I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, he is autistic. He has to be, because I mean, it's not the same, but it's close enough. But it's also like, it's so different. Yep. Like he's like, I mean, he's off, he's definitely off. And that show, like, I just love it because what you think you don't know. Like, I mean, there was the one I just because I stopped watching it about maybe a month ago, and I'm going to pick it up probably next week. But though there was this storyline where there was this stripper that had come into the hotel, and then he takes her out for a ride, and then she disappears. Yeah. And so you think that he killed her. Like, you're sure he killed her. His mom thinks he killed her. He knows he didn't kill her, but now he's starting to question, maybe I did kill her. Yeah, like, it was so good.
Wait till you watch the whole series and you find out really what's going on.
Yeah, like I can't. Yeah, like I have a feeling, like I've got some ideas, and so yeah, and it's only 5 seasons, and I'm like, and then I guess what must have happened is he went right from that to Good Doctor. Is that what happened? Okay,
I think it was maybe a year in between.
Okay, and you were watching, like, were you watching were you watching Bates Motel like kind of live as it was happening?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, it was kind of off my radar.
Yeah, shows like that. I watch and see again. What I used to get like the exclusive like previews and stuff like that. So because I used to write, because I went to Morgan State University, and I used to do like a column, doing reviews and stuff like that. So I would get like early stuff, and then following Al, and Al would get early reviews. I mean, of different shows that would come out, give a suggestion. I remember when Friday Night Lights, before that started, Al was like, "You gotta watch this show. It's going to be the next big thing." I was like, "Okay." And then every show like that, and that same type of mold from NBC, you had Friday Night Lights, then you had Parenthood,
yeah,
and then you have now This Is Us. They all came in like the same type of. That's the same type of
Parenthood is almost like a sister show.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tell people that, like, my wife, I cannot get my wife to watch Friday Night Lights. Like, I don't know why. Really? She loved Parenthood, and I've got this DVD. Like, I'd watch it again with her. Like, I just love it. I've watched it.
Yep.
I've watched it. Like, I don't watch series over again, but I've watched that one several times. I've watched. Well, there's certain ones where I've kind of started to rewatch, and then I give up because they're so long. Like ER, like I loved ER back in the day, and
I love ER.
Yeah, Ally McBeal is one of my favorite shows all time.
Ally McBeal, great show.
Yeah. So okay, so when I brought up 911, I wanted to ask you, are you a big Ryan Murphy fan?
I am a Ryan Murphy fan. Not a huge Ryan Murphy fan, but I'm a Ryan Murphy fan.
I would say I'm a huge Ryan Murphy fan.
Okay. What's your favorite one?
Man, there's so many good ones. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, the American Horror Story series is really good. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, because there's some of the seasons were kind of, especially this last one, was not great. I mean, I really like Glee.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be my favorite. You know what? Maybe it might be my favorite, and maybe because it was only one season, and maybe it was good to just kind of leave it there. Was Hollywood? Did you see that one
Hollywood.
on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. I just love the reimagining of
Yeah.
old school. Like, yeah, I am worried that I missed some Ryan Murphy like somewhere along the way because like I didn't realize like Nip Tuck. I watched
Yeah,
Nip Tuck
boy.
back in the day. I didn't know that
You
was the
didn't,
same.
because I
Yeah,
didn't really praise him like to
no,
that extent until
yeah.
later. To
But there's
me,
themes. There's
yeah,
themes, right? Like there's, it normalizes homosexuality and transgender and all that, which I think is
true,
important.
true.
Because you watch these shows and it's just like, oh, they're just
Same.
other people,
Hmm.
which they are, and that's the way people should be treated. What was the I watched Cratchit. I'm not 100% or Ratchet on Netflix. It's a prequel to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So
Oh,
that it's on
okay.
Netflix. So the first season's dropped and there's going to be another one coming. So you might want to check that out if you like Ryan Murphy.
I think one of my problems is because I watch so much
Yeah. Yeah.
Netflix shows. Sometimes I put them
Yeah.
on the back
Off
burner.
the radar. Like
Yeah.
Ozark, watch that.
Oh yeah, I watch those. Don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong.
haven't seen the new season yet, but
I haven't started it yet.
yeah, it's on my list. And what's there was one other one oh, Pose. You watch
Oh
that
yeah,
one?
both. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't got to see the second season yet because I don't know where it's like it's not available in Canada as near as I can tell. We don't
Oh,
have an FX streaming. Uh
oh, it should be on
yeah,
Hulu. Hulu.
we don't have Hulu. So
Oh,
I'm just waiting for it to show up on Netflix because Ryan Murphy has a distribution deal with Netflix. So it'll show up on Netflix at some point.
okay.
Yeah, so I definitely can't
It's
wait to see
included,
that.
right? That was the final season. I think the last season.
Two, yeah. I really liked one. Like I was a big fan. So I still had cable when one was out, and
Mm-hmm.
then two I didn't watch. And then the other one is are you into the Shonda Rhimes series?
Oh yeah, How to Get
Yeah,
Away with Murder, Scandal, Grey's Anatomy,
yeah.
uh,
So
what
the
else?
new one is Bridgerton, right?
Bridgerton.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it.
Okay,
I've
okay.
heard so. And see, the thing about that was when I heard about it, people were kind of spoiling it for me,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, okay,
So now
I'll
you
get
gotta
to it.
wait. Now
You
you
know what
gotta
I
wait
mean?
till you forget everything they told you.
And then they were talking about, oh, the actor's not going to be on the second season.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, oh, right, thanks a lot. I'll get to
Yeah,
it when I get to it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So there's no urgency.
I heard about Bridgerton, but I didn't realize it was a Shonda Rhimes series. So now I'm interested because I've yet to see a Shonda Rhimes series that I didn't like. So
Yeah.
I am Station 19. That's another one that I can't get on streaming. So
Oh,
I stopped watching it when we got rid of cable. Now my wife kept up because we have the app, like it's on CTV here. Jeez, my mic keeps falling. We have CTV here in Canada, and they will air the latest episode for a
okay.
week, and you can watch it for free. So she would watch it right away, but me, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
watch anything live.
Yeah.
So unless it's really important. So
Mhm.
and for whatever reason, Station 19 just wasn't like in my top 5 at the time.
I
Now
had to
I'm
keep it up with it because
yeah,
there's a lot of crossover with Grey's
yeah.
Anatomy.
Well, and with Grey's Anatomy, I wait for the seasons to drop on Netflix.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm like now last season's up there, I'll watch it. But then the current season, I can't watch it until it drops on Netflix because they don't archive it. The
No.
on demand we have here, yeah, they're funny that way. I guess
Really?
it's good. Yeah, yeah. I could buy the episodes, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
no.
No, yeah. So
And see that we can spoil because you can get anything on Hulu here. Hulu
yeah,
is probably my favorite. I think Hulu and Paramount Plus are the two
yeah.
services I use the most.
So I have 4 that I use regularly here in Canada. We don't have Hulu, but Paramount Plus, Crave, which is it basically has HBO, Showtime, Stars, all
Oh,
those,
wow, all of them.
yeah, all those, and it's like $20 a month.
That's good.
And then Netflix, of course, and Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So yeah, and those are the 4, and I just kind of rotate. I'll watch 2 weeks, and then so I kind of flip back and forth. So on Crave, I'm watching The Shield right now.
Okay.
Not The Shield. I always mix them up. The Wire. I just watched The Shield. Yeah.
Top 3.
Really, eh? The Wire?
Top 3.
But you're from Baltimore.
Of course, but that
right.
Not no bias involved. Top 3 show of all time.
I will say I'm just not as big of a fan of The Wire as a lot of people are.
What season are you on?
I'm on 3.
Oh,
No,
keep
wait a minute,
going.
maybe 4. The season where that really focuses a lot on the kids and the cop
Yeah.
is a teacher. Is that 3?
Okay. That's season, because it's 5 seasons, right? So
Yeah,
4 is the one. Yeah, so you're on 3. You're on 3
3.
because
Okay.
season 2 is the newspaper,
I
right?
really so this is my favorite season so far.
Oh, it gets
The one
better.
yeah. I really like the storyline. I really like the kids, like the development of the kids and the teacher, it's kind of got like a dangerous mind, it's got a feel
Wonderful.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't care for McNulty. Like I just find him like such a stereotypical character.
So let me stop you down for a second. Did you
Okay.
enjoy season 1?
I mean, it was okay. Like like it just didn't really
With
grab me.
season 2, you didn't enjoy it, did you?
Season 2, okay, so I'm trying to
With
remember.
the ports, they talked about the
Right,
fishing.
yeah. And
Nobody initially
okay.
enjoys that. On the rewatch, you will learn to
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
season
So
2.
they set seeds.
Oh my lord! Yes,
Okay,
dude.
yeah. So and this
See,
season is focusing a lot on the mayor, trying to
yep,
get elected, and I like that part too. I like that guy. I think
yep.
he's a kind of fascinating character. So yeah, it's one of those shows where I'm watching it. It's just I like the Shield a lot more.
Yeah,
Just
that's fine.
personally, my top. If I want to say top 3, I would say my top one of all time is Mad Men.
Really,
Yeah, I love Mad Men. I
I love what
love,
Mad Men top 10. I'll give you
yeah.
top 10, but
I
number one
just, yeah.
over Breaking Bad.
I so yeah. I mean, I like Breaking Bad a lot, a lot. But I mean, my style, my taste a little different, right? Like,
Okay,
so
I get it. I
my
get it.
number 2 might even be like Ally McBeal. Like, I really, really liked Ally McBeal.
Okay.
And then number 3, maybe Sopranos. Maybe The Shield. Like I really like The Shield, and
Clearly,
I
yeah.
only watched it a couple years ago, so it was
Okay.
like way after the
Fresh.
fact that I watched
Okay.
it. And
Well,
then I
for
didn't
me,
even realize like SWAT is almost like a spinoff. Like a lot of the same actors, and even one of the same characters. Shows up in both shows. So I really like SWAT.
to me, there is no better show. And I know
What SWAT?
no.
Oh,
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos.
The
Yeah,
Sopranos is the greatest show of all
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I can't see a better show.
I've watched it 3 times all the way through. So the first time I just watched it, and I caught on late and I caught up, and I was basically watching it for the swearing and the TNA, and I was into it, but I didn't really understand what was going on at all. The second time I rewatched it, then I was really picking up a lot more. The third time I watched it with my son.
Okay.
And my son was, probably when we started, he was like 14 and maybe 16 when we finished. Like we would kind of just watch an episode here and there whenever we had time. And I was always sorry. I was following the Master Soprano blog. Have you ever heard of that?
I heard
Yeah.
of it.
So I was following that as I was watching. And so
Okay.
I was picking up a lot
Okay.
that I was missing the first 2 times. And I was so into it the third time. Like you have no idea how into it. Way more the third time than the first 2. So yeah, like I mean, the genius, like the little, and I'm almost ready to watch it again. It's been
I watch
probably
it every
5
other
years.
year. I watch it every other year.
Okay.
I do a binge. 1 year The Wire, and the next year is The Sopranos. So
Okay.
I'm on my Sopranos year this year. So.
And what was the other one? Oh,
The
The
Wire
Wire.
and
The
The
Wire.
Sopranos.
Okay. Yeah, The
Yep.
Wire. Sorry. I thought you said The Why, and like nobody likes The Why. There's
No,
no way
no,
you watch
no,
that.
no.
So do you now Chase just did an interview not that long ago, and he gave away whether or not Soprano died, right? Now I can't remember what happened. Did he die? I think he did.
Did he die?
Well, I think he did. I think he did. No, but what did David Chase say? Do you know?
I didn't hear that interview.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was gonna ask. I thought maybe.
Did you see the prequel? Did you see the
No,
prequel?
I haven't watched it yet.
Check
It's
it
really
out.
good. Yeah,
Check
I
it
will.
out.
It's on my watch list. It's on
Okay.
Crave. So Crave is, so I heard it's like just great. And they may even do a series off of it, right?
I heard it's coming up.
Okay,
We'll
good.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, then if it does, then I will probably watch the movie and then just catch right up with the series. But no, I think he died. And the reason is basically it comes down to my kind of in my head, the whole series was basically it started at a moment in time in his life and it ended when his life ended. I mean, I think to me it's that simple.
Makes sense.
So whatever happened after that doesn't matter because he's gone.
He's
You know what I
dead. I mean,
mean?
like you can bring him
Yeah.
back for another
Yeah,
episode.
the show
You
wasn't
know?
about Meadow. The show wasn't about Carmela or AJ. It was about Tony, and Tony's dead, so it's over.
But it can be
And
about AJ if they want it to be.
it could be, and maybe maybe that wasn't it. But I think he died.
Yeah.
I think he died. There was some clues that they gave, and I think it was the guy in the leather jacket that went to the bathroom that came out and shot him in the back while Meadow was walking through the door, and she watched it happen. So, which I'm kind of glad we didn't see that. But
Hey.
did you freak out when you were watching it? And like, did something happen? Like, did my TV bust
No, I
out?
was
Or...
like, is that all? I was pissed. You know what I mean? Like,
but did you think something happened? Like your feed cut out early or
no,
whatever?
no.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
Yeah.
I just thought that's it. Really?
Yeah, I would just watch it and I was like, all right. When I watched Mad Men, I was like, I thought that ending was perfect. Honestly, because
I can't even remember the ending.
Okay, so the ending of Mad Men was the basically he created the Coke ad. I'd like to teach the world to sing, like the most famous ad in history. He created it, and that's the last scene. Is that ad playing? So
I remember now.
Yeah, so you just knew, okay, it all worked out for Don. Like
should it have though?
So to me, that bumped it up. Like to number one because of the ending. I haven't rewatched it yet, but I do plan to.
I have not rewatched Mad Men. That's maybe that's why it's not as high on my list. I rewatched basically everything else.
Yeah, I only watched it the first time maybe 5 years ago because a friend recommended it, and he said, "You're gonna like this show," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get to it or whatever." And then I started watching it, and then I'm like, I'm messaging him like every episode, and I'm like, oh my god, like how did I wait this long to watch this? I just loved it so much.
I watched it in real time, and I don't think I ever went back because it was on AMC. I don't even remember what channel replayed it. You know,
it was on Netflix for a while.
It was
yeah. I don't think it's there now. Because I ended up buying it because I was getting frustrated because I would be halfway through the season and then it would disappear. Because that's what Netflix does. And so then I just ended up buying the series. So it's sitting on my Apple TV box, and I can watch it whenever I want. That's why I'm just kind of waiting. But I got so many things. I mentioned I'm watching. So on Prime, that's where I watch SWAT. So I'm caught up on SWAT, and then I'm watching Bates Motel as well on Prime. So I'm waiting for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to come back. I don't. Yeah. Do you watch that one?
I've seen it, but I haven't watched it all the way through.
Oh, I like that show a lot.
Have you watched Yellowstone?
No, my wife's watching it. Is it good? That's good. Kevin Costner, right?
It's good. Yes.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock, I believe.
Yeah. So we don't get Peacock, but it is on one of our services. Maybe Paramount Plus. No, it wouldn't be Paramount Plus. That's NBC. Probably Prime. Probably Prime. Yeah, because we get some different stuff on Prime than what you would get down there. There's different geographical regions. Yeah. So because the Netflix, it's definitely not Netflix.
It might be Paramount Plus because it's available on Paramount Plus, but you have to have the live package because Paramount is here on Paramount. That's why I found it odd that it is on Peacock.
Yeah.
And I use Peacock for the WWE thing, but other than that, I don't really watch much on there, but Yellowstone.
We don't even get it because I get the network separate, and then like all the shows that are on, like our Amazon Prime, it's actually got a lot of other stuff on it. Like we have Global, which is another network up here in Canada, and
I watch Global.
Oh, okay. And they carry a lot of the network stuff. So a lot of that stuff's on Prime. There's like a separate feed on Prime that's all global, and we pay like extra. It's like $4 for an add-on. So
I watch Big Brother Canada on Global.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife, she watches that too. So you know what? We're almost out of time here, and I'm gonna have to have you on again at some point. Because, I could talk TV with you forever. But before I let you go, I want to get your quick Rumble picks. So who's gonna win both Rumbles?
Well, initially, I do know Sasha was Pennsylvania.
You're friends with her, right?
Yeah. So since she's not going to be in it, wink, wink, hint, hint. I know. I
I
do believe
think
Ronda has to win, right? Like
so. I hope so. Did you
I
see
mean,
my Did you see my bet?
yeah, I saw you put in a bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
had a
did that quick, didn't
$30
you?
I had a $30 free bet as well, which I didn't realize. So I slapped that one down as well before the odds changed. So their odds, she's now the favorite,
Yeah, cool.
and I got her at 25-1.
Would you be
So,
shocked if she get thrown out by like Shayna
well,
Baszler or
Charlotte. Yeah, I mean,
Charlotte?
I'll be pissed, but I mean, it's, I bet $10, and if she wins, I'm going to get $1,000. So, I mean, very little risk, pretty nice reward. Yeah,
And,
and then I got Kevin Owens at 40-1, because honestly, like, I don't really see any, and I did put a bet on Big E
Big
at,
E,
it was like 3.85
yeah.
to 1. So I think he's probably going to win, right?
Pencil it in. I mean,
Yeah, I think
at this
so.
point, if the plans are what the plans are, I don't see why you would change it unless Drew is coming back.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
that's the wild
and,
card.
and do you feel like you really need to put Drew as the Rumble winner?
No.
You can put him in the chamber if that's what you want to do.
Well, see, but where I think they're going is, so I think the most logical booking to me is Roman beats Seth.
Okay.
Then Roman costs Brock the match with Bobby, and Bobby beats Brock. Big E wins the Rumble and challenges Brock. So then you've got Roman and Brock at Mania. You've got Big E and Bobby on the other night. And then for the women, somehow Ronda wins, challenges Charlotte. Or Charlotte wins and picks Ronda, which would be the absolute worst. But I think they're going Ronda Charlotte. Everyone thinks Ronda Becky. I think they're going Ronda Charlotte.
I think that's a bad move.
Oh, I think it's a horrible move, but I think that's what they're doing.
I don't think they're doing it because, like I say,
yeah,
plans could have changed, but I thought it was Sasha and Charlotte at Mania. I don't see no reason to deviate from that plan.
That could be too, yeah. What I heard through the grapevine, possibly, and somebody that would know that, and this makes no sense either, but it's a nice match. The Bellas against Bayley and Sasha.
No thanks.
At Mania.
I'm good. I do know that Sasha did want Trisha and Lita.
Okay.
In a tag team match with Bayley and her.
That'd be cool too. Now, Sasha and Bayley together doesn't make any sense, but they can figure it out.
Come on,
they're such a good team.
Yeah, that's the thing. In real life, so it is.
So what are we saying? We're saying Ronda and Big E.
That's the favorites in my opinion.
Yeah, and then the Mania, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you got to do Brock and Roman, and to me, Big E and Bobby makes a lot of sense. Now, the reason I threw money on, I thought there's an outside chance that it could go the other way. Brock costs Roman the match with Seth. Seth wins. Mm-hmm. Kevin Owens wins the Rumble and challenges Seth because they were teasing that.
They've been teasing it for a while.
But you know
what? Is that a marquee match for Mania?
No. But you know what? It's not going to be.
Years ago.
It's not going to be the main event either. It's not going to be the main event either. It'll be on the night with the women. So True. Ronda and Charlotte, or Ronda and Becky, or Ronda and whoever is going to be the main event of that night, and then Brock and Roman will be the main event of the other night. So, like, do you put Bobby and Big E underneath a Charlotte match? I don't know.
No, I would go Becky as the main event on night.
Right. Depending on who she's facing. Like if it's Ronda, absolutely, that's the main event, clearly. But if it's Bianca, I mean, I would go there, but I don't know if they will.
Well, I don't think it's the thing where they need to go right back to Bianca right now.
Yeah. See, I don't think so either. Everyone's saying Bianca for the Rumble, and I just don't see it. Because she already won it.
We saw her win it. We've seen her with a nice little run. I don't think it's necessary to shoehorn people in when you have other people ready.
If Sasha was ready, I would say absolutely she should win.
Sasha has never won a WrestleMania match.
No, she's the biggest star there.
And never won a WrestleMania match. Think about that.
I was there for the match she should have won. You were there too.
I was right there.
Yeah. I was right there.
Yeah.
I was beside the stage. That was the coolest entrance, her and Snoop. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So
but I do think Charlotte is, I know a lot of people dislike her, but she's a valuable piece. You have to feature her. But she can take a loss finally at Mania. It won't be the end of the world.
No, she and especially if it's I mean, I guess so. You figure it's Sasha.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
think so. And again,
Yeah.
plans can always change, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's no reason to deviate from that plan, in my opinion.
Now, yeah. So maybe Sasha returns and like somehow leads to Charlotte being thrown out of the Rumble, or or they set it up at Elimination Chamber.
I think they can set it up at any point.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think this Rumble needs to feature Ronda as strongly as possible, setting up that match with Becky, and let them verbally spat and let the fans decide what they want to do. I know people talking about, Ronda is a heel. The fans are going to turn on her again. If that's what the fans want to do, that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
The key is she over or is she isn't? That's the bottom line. Is she over?
That's why I think they need to go with Becky, because Becky's a half-ass babyface as it is, and then they can just go ahead and churn her.
Let the fans do what they're going to do.
But I just don't think it's happening. I hope it does. I'm my daughter, like we're hoping to be at Mania this year. It's going to depend on the Omicron situation and whether or not we feel it's safe to travel. And if we do, she's probably going to get to meet Becky, because Becky wants to meet her. So, but she's going to be busy that weekend if she's wrestling Ronda, but hopefully she finds some time. She doesn't big time. To borrow a phrase. Yeah. I don't think so. She's a sweetheart. And she loves Emily. I send her pictures all the time and she loves them. So
that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this baby up and we'll do this again, hopefully, if you'll have me. And I will check out your show once I start catching up on some of these shows.
Yeah. Don't let me spoil nothing for you.
No, that's the thing, right? I mean, you're so entertaining to watch, but and listen to, but I can read your stuff. And I love reading your stuff, your posts. So keep that up, please. And I will check out your show when I get a chance. So
appreciate you.
All right. So I want to thank Larry for coming on. And for Larry, I'm Grampa Dez. And this has been Cup of Joe with Grampa Dez.